Welcome to Teletarka, ma'am. It's a pleasure to meet you finally. I mean, we've conversed on telephone, but there you go. So tell us about Phir Subah Hogi and what your experience has been in terms of the concept. What inspired you to write based on the concept that was brought on by Saurabh Srivastava?
Well, I assume you know what the concept is already.
Yes.
already.
Yes.
Yeah. It's very, very unique, as is obvious from just the one-liner of the show. That's what really got me hooked the moment I heard about it.
Right.
Other than that, if you ask me what's been the experience so far, it's like every other show in many respects, because you're talking about drama, you're talking about bringing interesting hook points in every episode. True. And stuff like that. So that's part of how you do television.
Very true.
But at the same time, that kind of drama that is intrinsically possible in this kind of a show is very different.
Right.
The setting is completely different. The characters are very, very different. They're not the kind of characters that we play around with usually. And the very fact, the premise of the show, which is about a girl being the breadwinner in a family, right, that by itself throws up very, very unique situations.
Right.
I think that's what is the fun in doing the show.
Right.
Like I said earlier, that it's about celebrating womanhood.
Right. How do you work out the differences between, let's say, you created, Kali, you created Geet, you are now on Sugni. So, what characteristics have you given Sugni to differentiate as well as still be any woman who can be identified or relatable to even a person like me who is an independent person? So how would people or generally women relate to Sugni and yet see the differences that maybe perhaps they didn't do it or they have done it and they can celebrate that on TV now?
I think the common thing about all the characters, the female protagonists that I've done so far, that they've all been fighters.
Right.
And they've stood up for what they believed in. Right. They've had a certain vision for their own life, and they've fought tooth and nail to get to it. So that's what is common with Sugni as well. What is unique is her behavior. It's a very, very fresh character. She's extremely talkative. She talks very fast. Okay. And she's very impulsive and spontaneous. Comes up with ideas all the time and very naive, because her focus and her dream is very simple. She wants to get out of this what she thinks is a limiting situation, and she wants to spread her wings. Right. And so she's constantly looking at avenues to do that, constantly looking at ways to fly away.
Right. Right.
And that makes her very, very endearing, as well as it's fun to watch her. Right. And in that you also end up at some points feeling very protective about her, because she's although she dreams big, you realize that she really has no experience of life, and you want to you worry about her.
Right.
Because she's innocent.
Right.
So it's also going to be a journey of discovering for her.
Right.
She's going to discover what life is in a way, and but her inner spark is going to kind of ride with her.
Right. Now, considering TV is a writer's medium, what are your expectations from this character as a vehicle to spread the message? One, you already talked about being a celebration of womanhood. What other aspects are you looking at, being highlighted here, or what are your expectations from this character?
From the character?
Yeah.
I think the primary thing that I hope carries through the character and actually through the whole show, would be to not be afraid of dreaming big.
Right.
it's like I mean it's it sounds great to say it's about womanhood. I assume it's true for all of mankind that it's one must celebrate strength and endurance and the faculty that allows you to rise up once again even when you're down and out completely.
Right.
I think
so. You're propagating Phoenix, rise from the
qualities. Yes.
Right. That's great. I wish you all the best for the show, and hopefully you will continue longer than what we've seen you do in any other shows as well, ma'am. Thank you so much. Pleasure speaking with you.
Same.